Hello, everyone. Hey, Chew, welcome in. Hey, Scratchy Go Crazy, glad to see you. And we are live. So, this has been in the works for 3 weeks. This is nothing more than coin chat, coin talk. Not selling tonight. Hey, Lisa C, welcome in. I know there's a lot of people out there. Hey, Leto, welcome in. Glad to see you. That had reached out to me either through live stream chats or through email or through text messaging, asking me if I could help them get an understanding of coins and things to look for. So here we are. We're going to talk about we're going to talk about that tonight. So the first thing, as a coin collector, there's a few things that you need. Can anybody tell me what you need? I thought it's better to do this live because you can interact with people and you also know where they're at and what they need to know. So this is also an opportunity to ask things like questions that you may have about coins and coin collecting, that if I don't answer it tonight, then we can do it the next time I do a live stream for this. And if there's something I can't answer, I'm pretty sure I can reach out to somebody and get the answer for you. So does anybody know what kind of things you need when you start coin collecting or getting into it? Of course, you got to have coins, right? So somehow you got coins. Either you inherited the coins or somebody passed them down to you or you got them as gifts. And you just don't understand them as much because it's just not something you were into, but now you're kind of interested in it. So, of course, you got coins, but you also need a red book. That's the first thing you need. The red book kind of gives you some history on coins. It tells you where to also go look. Like, here's an introduction. Like, places that you can go to get more information on coins. Anything involving coins or anything collectible, really. These are nothing more than just a guide. This tells you where your coins fall in the value range. This is what you, in the red book, as a buyer, will pay for a coin. At least an estimate, a range. So you need a coin book. That's first and foremost. Hey, DTS Coins, welcome in. We're just talking about coins here. It is good enough to start with, Lisa, because it's going to teach you about the coins, where they were back then. Kind of gives you the history. So yes, that is good enough to start with an older red book. So if that's all you got, that's fine. But also know that it's not expensive to really buy these books, but it also depends on your income range too. About $20 to get one of these. Brand new. Stay up to date. Stay current with prices. Because you never know. A coin 1 year might cost $5, and 3 years it might be worth $15,000. You never know. So you don't want to cheat yourself out of values. The other thing to have, and this is actually mainly for dealers, but if you're going to sell to your local coin shop, hey, Ringmaster Ray, which one? This one? We can talk about that after. Unacceptable, Mr. Doughboy. But the blue book, and this one's a little bit older, is a dealer book. These are the dealer buying prices. So this right here, if you buy a coin, this tells you where a dealer is about, if you know how to grade your coins. So let's say you're more experienced and you know how to grade your coins by looking at them. So this will tell you about the range that a coin dealer will pay you to buy your coins from you. So having both of these are really good to have in your collection because then it tells you about where you should be spending your money on your coins. So The blue book's more boring than the red book. I'm just saying, to me, in my opinion. The other book that I suggest that everybody has, because not a lot of people stop and think about currency. And currency does carry just as much value as a coin counterpart does. And I'll show you. This is a really good book. And this is about, or let me back this up a little bit so you can see. It's called The United States Paper Money, Complete Source for History, Grading, and Values. This is not a complete book, though. So you're going to have to utilize PCGS for most of your notes as well. But these are the only 3 books that I highly recommend you get. Now, if you get into foreign coins, there's other books I can recommend. But this is for the United States money. So, these 3 books. That's all you really need. Now, if you don't know how to grade money, let me pull out another book for you that I would suggest. This right here is a grading standard for United States coins. It's American Numismatic Association. It's the 7th edition. It doesn't matter what year you get these from. It's just with newer coins, it's just different things to consider when you're grading your coins. That's the only reason you would update this book. But this book is really cool. So let me put that one back. All right. Now, when you have a coin and you're looking at it, let me just grab a coin here. Let's go with this one. We'll use this one, make some people drool. The Isabella. It is a much older coin. Actually, this would not be a good coin to use. Let's see if I can pull out a different coin. Let's use this. Because older mint set coins have different places where the mint marks can be found. These mint marks also tell you what the value of the coins are, because certain mint marks made certain amount of coins that year. And that would also tell you your key date. So let's look at this one. This is a 1932 coin set. Oh, sorry, 1952. I better get my magnifying glass out. And that's the other thing you should have. And a scale. Because a scale will tell you if you have a counterfeit, if you can't afford a Sigma. 1952. Let's turn that light off. That light sucks. 1952. Hey, Flag City Parts, how are you? So on older coins, compared to the newer coins, and I don't have a newer, yeah, I do. I have a newer coin we can use as an example. This is a 1974. And this one is a P mint mark. So let's go with a different one. That way I can show you where the mint marks are. All right. So on the 1952, the older coin sets pre-1960, you are going to find the mint marks on the back of the coin in different places. Like on the Benjamin Franklin, you'll find it above the bell, like right above those 2 little notches. So this one's a P mint mark, so all of these are going to be P mint marks. Right there's a P mint mark on that one, right underneath the tail there. How are you tonight, Flag City? And the other ones do not, that's a nice penny right there, have the P mark. So if there is no P mint mark or no mint mark whatsoever, it is a P. So on the newer coins, if they have a mint mark, let's see if I can get that close enough for you to see and get the camera to focus here. Hey, Jack, welcome in. You're playing anti-stuff lunch. That's funny. You can see the P mint mark right there by my nail. Right above my nail, right there. So that's where you're going to find most of your mint marks now. The mint mark on this quarter is a D? Was it a D? You might be right. I said P. You're right. It's a D. On this one, it was a D. But that's where you find it. And on dimes, the older dimes, you usually find the mint mark right in between here, these two pieces. The nickel is usually right above the capital. And the cent penny, I believe, has always been on the front. Like right there. And that one looks like to be an S. Nope, it's a D too. How are you tonight, Jack? But you get the gist of the idea of where you can find the coins. So order coins, it's on the back in different places. Like here's D mint mark. This one's a D mint mark that you found on the front. This one's a P. That one's a P. And this one's a P. And how are you tonight, Zebra Kicks? Welcome in. So now we know where the mint marks are. Now, to determine what the mint marks mean. So the P means Philadelphia. That was the mint that made the P quarters or nickels or dimes, anything with a mint mark P on it. It came out of Philadelphia. Anything with a D mint mark on it, like you see here. If I get it to focus, there you go, is made in Delaware. Now you get to order coins and you get O mint mark and the S mint mark. Like this one's an S mint mark. And that one means it's made from San Francisco. Like right here, you find the S here. And then let's see, here's an O mint mark. And on these ones, you find them under the bow of the wreath. The one that a lot of people kind of confuse, especially if they're new to coin collecting, is the Walking Liberty. I do not have a Walking Liberty here, but it's sort of like the peace dollar. It's off, clear off to the. In fact, I have a peace dollar. Where is it? It's clear off to the other side, and it'd be the same for a Walking Liberty. So if you look at this coin, I believe this one's a D. Mr. Doughboy, unacceptable. Hey, Jacko, welcome in. Yeah, this one's a D mint mark. That's a tiny D. Whew. Compared to what I'm normally used to seeing. Let's see here if I can kind of make it bigger for you. You see it right under the O. Right there above the tail. Kind of on the same side where you're going to find it on a Walking Liberty. So you got O mint marks mean or New Orleans. S is San Francisco. P is Philadelphia. D is Delaware. And then we have the ones also where it has the CC. And if you see the CC on it, and it's usually on Morgan's that you see them, or the Cedar Liberties, or even on some of the trade dollars, I believe there are some CCs. I can't recall off the top of my head. But the CCs, you'll find them usually on Morgan's. Morgan's are what's collected the most. So if there's any newbies in here and they have any questions, or anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Or if there's something you want me to cover or topic on, please feel free to ask. But when you're looking at coins, those are the things that you want to consider, because I'm going to show you in the red book how you can tell a key date. So when you're looking at numbers here, and this one is known to have a double die verse, and this we're looking at small cents. So these are pennies. I'm looking at the penny stats. So you come over here to the mintage, where it says mintage. And you look at how many's been minted per year per mint mark. And the one with the less minted is a key date. And then when you're looking at these, usually they have like a whole slew of different grades for them and prices. But in the smaller books, they do not. If you get the Mega Red Book, it has almost a lot more grading and pricing options in it. So let's go over to this one because this would be an easier. So like this one has 1,370,000 minted. The one, and that was in 1833, and that's the only one they have. So that's in P mint mark. 1833 P or 34 P. They have minted 1,480. I'm looking at half dimes. I'm just kind of giving some people an idea of how to understand the red book and coins when they're first starting out, you guys. I know a lot of you guys know this. And I know there's a lot of you guys that do not know this. So that's half dimes on the cat bust. Hey, that's a good idea, Flag City Parts. Thanks for that suggestion. I will definitely look into it. So when you're looking at the coin, the lower the mintage, that means it is a key date. So in the half times cat bust, the 1837 small 5C is 871,000. So that would be a key date. 1836 large 5, 1836 3 over inverted 3. There's no numbers on them because it falls under this mintage right here. And they don't know how many out of that there really is. So that's why you see stars. So what is some of the reason why you guys want to get into collecting? Feel free to answer that question. Because this is a coin chat. There's no selling tonight. We're discussing coins. And we're helping our other community members that are new to this to understand coins and what they should be looking for. We know that, Mr. Doughboy. You collect the most strangest stuff. But it's okay. We still love you. You collect toenails. Gross. You know what's funny is when you go through storage units, you'll find those type of collections, and that is just, ugh. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them. But I am asking, why do people collect coins? I might do a giveaway on it. In fact, do you know what the first American Eagle was called on a coin? What his name was? So Lisa, the thing of it to go through is you want to learn how to find the key dates and pull them out. And that red book will help you do that, like how I explained it. So if you're going to order a red book, that would help you also pull those out of there. Then you want to learn how to grade those coins. And I'm not going to get into grading tonight, because there's all kinds of different directions you can go with grading. There's varieties. There's all kinds of stuff when it comes to collecting coins, papers, and currency. So when you're looking at your dad's quarters, you want to look at the red book and find the one that has the less mintage per year. And those are key dates. And then you also want to look to see what mint mark that is. And pull them out And then you want to see what kind of condition your coins are in. Like if you don't know how to grade, look online through coins that are graded. So you can see the difference between a coin that looks bad to a coin that looks good. And that's where that book that I showed you on how to grade will also help you understand it too. I love that Flag City part. I really do. It is the same logic when it comes to the pennies. You want to go through and pull out all the key dates. You also want to go through and make sure you're looking at the coins. So a microscope would help in this case because you really want to look at the coins as you're going through them and see if you can find any errors. But since you don't know how to do that yet, and you want to take it one step at a time and learn how to do this and do it right, because you might find some good coins worth some money. So there's many reasons why people collect coins. Some collect it for the history. Like whose pocket has it been? Who's touched this coin? Where did it come from? Stuff like that. Hey, Kanye, how are you? Hey, Adam. Welcome in, you guys. Other reasons people collect coins is for the numismatic value. Some are for more than just the numismatic value. Some is because birth dates. Some is because of even death dates. Some people collect stuff like that too. Hey, Tony Two-Tone, how are you? Other people collect coins to get a return on their investment later on in life. Because the average amount of time, if you're collecting modern coins, and I'm not sure why I'm still getting noises here. Let me make sure everything's turned down, and it's not. See, that's awesome, Adam. So a lot of people want returns on their investment. Some like it for the collectability. Some, like when you get into stuff like this, there's two different type of pricing and reason behind collecting these. So like this stuff holds value because of what it is. One, you got Mario on there, so you got the bullion value. You got the well, this is not a coin, so it wouldn't be numismatic, but you got the bullion value and you got the collector's value. I know a lot of people want that coin. That's a pretty cool coin. Well, it's not a coin. Sorry, you guys. It is an ingot. So, and then with modern coin collections, the average amount of time that you have to hold an modern coin collection is about 10 to 15 years before they start going up in value. Yeah, see, Tony Tutone knows. He knows his coins. 1982, yep. You got to look for that missing estimate mark on that. Other people collect them because, well, hey, that's something my dad did. I want to keep the memory alive. There's just many different reasons why people collect coins. Mine, I loved it since a child. My dad has taught me an awful lot. I still learn because as there's new coins coming out, there's more to learn. I haven't learned everything, but I'm very knowledgeable. But like I said, I've done it since childhood. See, you started with your grandpa at 8 years old, and you've continued it into your adulthood. And I'm assuming you're an adult, so. So the Cleveland Coin Show, I do like Flag City parts. They are, the only thing I didn't like about them, because sometimes they run 1 or 2 days, is they do pack up their booths kind of early on the last day. So Kanye likes to collect the Perth Mint proofs because they are low mintage. So not very many people will be able to have their hands on a certain coin. Like that's Fiji. Fiji's the same way. They are low mintage coins. New Zealand's also another one that does low mintage. And this coin's a very good example of it. There's only 2,000 of these. That's not necessarily by mental state. Absolutely. Sometimes I think we all have those issues. But tonight I just kind of opened up with some starters, things that you need, things to look for, how to know your mint mark. So we went over all that. Don't want to go too far and too in depth on beginners because you don't want to start confusing the beginners. I know I shake my coins like I'm talking. Sorry, you guys. See, I've heard somebody else use that statement, Kanye. And I hope I'm saying your name right. So you've been there, Lisa. So that would be a reason why you collect New Zealand mint coins. Because you've been there and it's a memory. And it brings back those good memories, hopefully. Like this coin has low mintage. Some coins will jump in value because of what it is. Like I showed you, the Mario will jump in value because of collectors. Not only are they collectors of Mario items, but now they're also anything with Mario on it. And those people tend to not let go of the stuff they collect until they die. And I'm not trying to be gruesome about it, I guess. But that's the case with a lot of comic collectors or Mario collectors, whatever. Well, I forget what the kind of collectors you call those people. But they collect this type of stuff, nostalgia. See? So that might be a reason why you get into collecting the New Zealand mint coins. Because you've been there. Or Perth Mint, sorry, Perth Mint. Because you've been there. And you know, I collect coins and I've done it for years and I've never been to the United States Mint. And I actually have a Morgan coming that has a variety error on it. So I might use that to also talk about things to look for on coins and errors. See, Adam's been there. I haven't been. Flag City Parts, which one are you talking about? Because there's only one down there and he's very small and he doesn't offer a lot anymore. Let's get my camera to turn right here, you guys. Sorry. It's driving me nuts. But yes, there is one coin dealer still open in Dover, and he's over off of Main Street, I believe. Oh, I didn't see that before. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask it. If there's anything you want me to bring up next time I go live, please let me know in the chat. And the next one will be next Monday. I'm going to try to be earlier. Today was just, I had a lot going on. So I couldn't go live earlier. I was trying to work out a deal so I can get coins at a much cheaper rate and bring it to you guys at a much cheaper rate as well. So the one that had cancer in 2018 is no longer with us, Flag City. He actually passed away. There's only one coin dealer in Dover. He's across from the bank there off of the main street. There's only the one in Worcester, which I don't like that guy. I do not like him. And then the next closest one to us is the one up in North Canton, which I don't know very well. And then the next one that I do really love very well is the one in Stowe. All right, Jack. See you later. Thanks for coming in. Hey, Monkey King Metals, welcome in. Well, we're not selling coins tonight, so we ain't gonna name prices until the very end of the chat. So if there's anything you guys are interested in, then I will open it up to talk about the prices of the coins. But I'm not selling tonight. Kanye says I was eyeballing him too. Thank you again, Jack, for coming in. I appreciate it. The other thing to look at too is when you're looking at coins is scarcity. I don't like when people say rare because it's not rare. If it was rare, you wouldn't be holding it in your hand or have it in your collection. Hey, JG Metals, Jason, Ice Cream Man, welcome in. How have you been? We're talking coins today. So if there's any questions from any of the newbies or anybody really that you want me to bring up at the next live, I will do that as well. If I can't answer it tonight. I wanted to keep it simple so that way we don't confuse the ones that are trying to learn. So we went over the mint mark, the reason why people collect, the things that you need as a coin collector. And that's basically it for tonight. And where to find the mint marks and what each mint mark meant. And how to pick out key dates. So if there's anything further, at least I think we'll talk more about what to look for when you're looking at your quarters. I know there is some channels that can explain things better when it comes to like errors and stuff because I know what I'm looking for, but for me to describe it to you and to what you need to be looking for can be difficult for me at times. I'll take a hammer to you, Mr. Doughboy. Don't touch my coins. My mom, I was taking her down to New Philly tonight and she's like, well, I think I found a quarter that's worth some money. I was like, what do you mean you found a quarter that was worth some money? Then she was explaining to me how she cleaned it. I was like, oh my gosh, Mom, we don't clean coins. You and Dad both. And then she was further explaining to me, I was like, Mom, let me explain to you why we don't clean coins. You take away the original mint luster when you clean coins, which ruins the value. And then if it was worth $100,000, you're now only getting $20,000 because you cleaned it. And she's like, oh, I never thought of it that way. She's like, I won't do it no more. I was like, Mom, the coin that you think might be worth $100,000 and you thought was grimy and dirty, or what do you call that? Oxidated, and cleaned it to make it look better and shinier. You've now ruined it. Oh no, JG, I didn't know that. I'll keep you in my prayers for sure. Yeah, she was laundering money for she reminds me, I don't know if you've ever seen I love this guy because he explains things way much better than I can on some things. I'm trying to learn how to explain it better because in my head, in my thoughts, it's hard for me to get out because it's like, oh, there's a squirrel. And then I lose my train of thought. So you're hoping to move this summer to Cali. Where are you moving from? What state are you in now, Monkey King? I would never go to Cali, but that's my opinion. In my opinion alone. And what's taking you there? Is it a job? Coin shows? What? Family member? I know that one's pretty cool. I want the smaller one, but that one's a little bit more expensive. Washington State. You're from Cali. Okay. I can see why you're going back there. You, yourself, and I. That's a cool concave shield. That's another thing to learn with coins. You can tell regular planchets and then concave planchets. That's how they're minted. That's actually a pretty thick. If you take it, compare it to another Cis NGC, yeah. That case is kind of thick. I had some gold ones I sold this past summer, Adam. The moon, concave moon coins. It was like a whole complete collection from the 1/10 ounce all the way up to the 1 ounce gold coin. What? Oh my gosh, he divorced her because of that. I mean, it's an ouchie what she did. And I think I remember that story too. I think I remember hearing that story. That'd be a horrible reason to. I mean, it's an ouchies and it's a heartbreaking situation, but people make mistakes all the time. But that's why you always educate everybody. Don't touch my coins like my dad. This is the reason why I don't like the one down in Worcester. Not only because he sold me this coin right here telling me it was a seated Liberty. And I had to correct him and tell him, I think you need to think again. That's not a seated Liberty. Let's see if I can get this to focus. This is not a seated Liberty. And he told me it was a seated Liberty. And one was offering one on a race the other night. Absolutely, Tony to Tone. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. Also, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Show my channel some love. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe and the bell so you can be notified anytime I go live. Hey, Steve, how are you? Welcome in. Glad to see you. Oh yeah, retired Navy Rod. That's another thing. When you're looking at coins, you could tell. Well, if you know what you're looking for, let's put it that way. You could tell when somebody has dipped a coin. And the reason why I say that, and I was actually talking to Tom's Coins, and I think he commented on some of my videos, but he was showing me some of the coins that were clean, but they almost give the coin a cartoon look. Flag City Parts, no, because he's been knowing, and my dad watched him and took a video of it. He's been known to take coins that people just cleaned while sitting in his parking lot. And then I've also watched him clean coins. So this one I caught because he just got it in, so he didn't have a chance. But he took my dad's coins that he just bought from me that were in MS-70 condition and handled them with his bare hands that were not even washed or clean before he touched it, and scratched the coin up and got his fingerprints all over it. And these weren't cheap coins at all. And my dad is very upset over this. You don't touch the coin because you got stuff in your hands. And if you're going to touch a coin, only touch it by the rims. But you got the oils in your hands that get on that coin, and it could destroy a coin. But when the coin is dipped, you can tell because it gives the coin an almost a cartoon character type look, or even polished. That's the worst. But that's why I don't like that local coin shop down in Worcester, Flag City Parts. It's because it's not the first time he's did it. It is now the second time he's done this to my dad's coins. And my dad was very upset. And he's on fixed income, so when he can afford the coins to get them from me, he gets them from me. And for somebody like him, that coin shop, to do what they did to his coins and refuse to replace them, that's an issue. Because he messed up. How are you tonight, Steve? Thank you for coming in, by the way. Hey, Rex. Thank you for coming in. Glad to see you, Rex. Yeah, he does sound more like a pawn shop than he is a coin dealer. And I caught him, and he's like, well, I'm glad you really know your coins very well. Because he was, guy asked him how much he wanted on a 1/10 ounce coin, and I gave him the price of what they're going for. He's like, I guess you do know your coins, don't you? He's like, you're almost close, and he jacked the price up on him. So a 1/10 ounce that was going for like $2.97, he was selling it to him at $3.50. Even after I said what it was going for. But I'm not here to tear down coin shops or anything like that. I'm just telling you to be aware of what you're looking for when you're buying coins. Let's see here. About around the same price range that I just said. Now, if you want it to where you're getting a deal on it, you want to go under. Steve is a good one. He does really nice lives on Thursday. And I know you're from his channel. He has really good prices on his gold pieces when he sells them. Oh, Friday. Sorry, Friday, not Thursdays. I'm pretty much a little bit under or right there at it. We both kind of bring our prices to the coin channel or coin community here at wholesale prices anyway. SC Stacker is an awesome one. So, Steve, if you would like to put your link in there for anybody, let me put you as a moderator. So go subscribe to your channel. I'll do that for you right now. He does have some good deals on Friday night, you guys. He does keep it interesting and fun. I love SC Stacker as well. Adam, he's a really good one too. I did wrench him. Yeah, I just added him as a mod. Also, too, when you guys think about these coin books, these books are actually made 5 years prior to the year they come out. So these prices could be at least 5 years old, but they're pretty well in line with what coins should be going for. All right, you guys, Steve put his link in the chat below. If you're not subscribed to him, you should be. He has awesome shows on Friday nights. Pick up some awesome deals there as well. I also want to give you guys a reminder, if you do not have any more questions for me, especially for you new beginners out there, I am going to say this. I am 180 away from 1K. If I reach that by the end of January, there is going to be an awesome giveaway. There will be gold, 10 ounces of 10 1-ounce silvers. I will be giving away a coin book. I also give away knives because I do storage units, and certain knives are really nice because my chat is kind of mixed between the coin community and the reseller community. We get into storage units, and we use those knives to open up boxes as we pull boxes out of storage units, because we find cool stuff like this hidden in boxes, like this right here, gold and silver. But anyway, Hey, Les Likes Coins. Welcome, man. Glad to see you. I'm getting ready to end the chat. But again, if anybody has any questions or anything you want me to cover on the next one I do next Monday, you can email me. You can come back and comment on this video. Help me reach that 1K so we can have an awesome giveaway. And if you share my chat out or my live out while I'm live, I will put you on a 1 ounce silver giveaway at the end of this month. You can enter that as many times as you want, one per live. You get one entry in, one per live. And then with that, you are welcome, Adam. I am going to say this. Have love for one, friendships for many, and remember, blessings for all. Have a good night, everyone.